Hey, and welcome back to my broadcast. The Supreme Court last week, you might have read, made a major decision involving Hobby Lobby, the national chain of craft stores. We have one here in Baton Rouge where I live. I shop at Hobby Lobby. And Hobby Lobby did not want to be compelled to offer contraception to their employees. Not the normal contraception, but the contraception that comes in after fertilization. Forcing an abortion, basically, is what we're talking about right here. They said that is against their religious beliefs. They're taking of a human life, and they just feel like that is an infringement on their personal beliefs, getting right into their religious freedom. Felt very strongly about it, fought it through the courts, went all the way up to the United States Supreme Court. And that's fine. And quite frankly, if you're an employer and you have deep feelings about post-fertilization contraception, I can't argue with that. I think that pre-fertilization is a different issue. On the other hand, you get to the bigger issue of insurance yourself. I was Louisiana insurance commissioner for a number of years, and sometimes we cram too much into insurance and it becomes unaffordable, becomes just too expensive. Should we be putting in Obamacare every one of the benefits, from sex change operations, maternity benefits for a woman who's over 60 or 70 years old? She has those benefits, or a lot of these benefits that men and women have, they're never going to use. They have to pay for those benefits. So is it right to have those benefits to begin with? And I think I have a real problem with that because it increases the cost so darn much. You should have a basic benefit package. But, you know, the average contraception costs maybe $10, $15 a month. I'm not sure that insurance should cover that kind of expenditure. Maybe it should be at a higher level. You pay that out of your pocket so that the overall premium is a lot less. So number one, I think that Hobby Lobby didn't raise that point, but I raised that point in terms of having to pay for that kind of thing as an employer. And I'm an employer, and I have employees, and I have to pay these costs myself. The bigger issue, though, that the Supreme Court ruled on is the contradiction of religious beliefs, where Hobby Lobby felt like that they just do not believe in taking of a life, and as a consequence, when you get into post-fertilization, that's in effect what you do, and so they shouldn't be compelled to allow that kind of contraception. My belief is shouldn't have contraception at all in your insurance policy. Having said that, you have the Hobby Lobby situation. Here's where the hypocrisy comes in. While Hobby Lobby is beating their chest and pushing their point before the United States Supreme Court about the violation of their deep beliefs in post-fertilization contraception, their company, it has a 401k plan. They match employees' contributions, and they have a retirement plan for their own employees. They invest in their retirement plan in a number of companies that make the same drug, the same contribution, or the same contraception that they're objecting to in the first place. They're being two-faced about it. We're standing up for our religious beliefs, but we're going to make some money and invest it in companies that make post-fertilization contraception. I think it's hypocrisy. I think that Hobby Lobby is being two-faced. They're trying to have it both ways, and it just shows you the agenda that we have in politics. So they're really sincere about these beliefs. They certainly wouldn't invest their money into drug companies that make a contraception they violently oppose. And it just makes no sense at all. Either they weren't paying attention, number one, or number two, it was the profit motive involved. They didn't really believe all their fight up to the U.S. Supreme Court. Either way, it's hypocrisy on the part of Hobby Lobby, and I just wanted to point that out. It just shows you the hypocrisy in most of our politics, not just Democrats or Republicans, but both sides. Both parties act this way. Both create the polarization we have in this country. That's why we got such a dysfunctional government, and Hobby Lobby is every bit a part of the problem. I'll be right back.